This is Kudo. It's a combat sport with an emphasis in striking and grappling. One with blistering punches, fierce high kicks, and beautiful takedowns. Oh, and also headbutts. Weird, right? Not even the weirdest thing. You can also grunt kick. Sometimes. Hard to explain. This looks like the coolest karate you've ever seen. Except there's one problem. This isn't karate. I think it's better than karate. Don't tell 4-year-old Seth that, though. On second thought, you could have tried. I don't think he would have heard you out. I think he would have just whooped you. Just for thinking it. Even thinking about telling him. I was a dangerous guy back then. I'm reformed now. Kudo would prove to be hard to find, though, if you're most other people. Unfortunately, for me, Kudo fell right into my lap.
Typically, when I do these videos, I don't know the person already. I just literally meet them in this context for the first time. We, however, have already headbutted each other quite a few times.
Pretty strong ones.
I was in Lithuania filming the Ultimate Self-Defense Championship Season 3. And this guy that I showed a highlight of earlier, his name's Vilius. He's one of the other contestants. We met a few times along the way, and I also met his Kudo students. A lot. Like a lot. I still get the shivers just thinking about it. After a week of filming the most insane event I've ever been a part of, I finally got a few minutes to hang out with my new friend Billy and figure out why he's so good at fighting. You're telling me we've been punching each other all week with those thick ones.
Yeah.
I thought that was what... No, you guys use these.
This is just to cover knuckles, not to get like bloody mess like.
Yeah, so you don't bleed on somebody's
Yeah,
head.
because still the helmet has holes inside, so if you like get it with your bare knuckles, it's probably not gonna be good.
Yeah, right.
So you use this for covering the knuckles.
Which is the first unique thing about Kudo that I learned. These are the gloves. These are so small.
Yes.
Billy gifted them to me. I will hold them sacred in my heart forever. However, that's a couple napkins. That's what. This is insane. I've never seen anything like this.
And even we can put a bandage on the wrist, but the bandage is like 1.5 meters.
So it's not even wrist
just
protection.
To keep wrist tight, not like to bend in this. There are some Japanese who don't even wear the bandage. You just put the gloves on, striking, and then wait out like.
That is as close to karate, like traditional karate, as you can get, right? Like you're barely wearing anything. And then the helmet is a helmet, but with a big plastic protector on the face, allowing you to see Vili trying to kill you. I don't know.
So,
what are you aiming at?
Yeah, so usually the main aim is to hit under the shield, yeah?
So you're looking for the pattern.
Yeah, we're using almost like the bottom of the helmet. But if we hit strike to the head, and it's gonna be like a pretty good strike, and your head a little bit moves back, I get the points.
Oh, it's a point system.
Yes.
It is becoming increasingly obvious to me that I know even less about Kudo than I thought. What would be the next logical step here?
You want to spar?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's do it.
go, let's
Okay,
do
cool.
this.
All right, so here's my game plan. I don't really know. I'm gonna try and punch him. I'm gonna try and kick him. And then when he's least expecting it, I'm gonna try and take him down. Because that's what you do. I'm pretty sure. That's.
So we're starting with us, with it, and okay.
The round had started and immediately I felt uncomfortable. It's pretty evident why Vilius is one of the best in the world at Kudo. His timing is difficult to say the least. There's not a lot of martial arts styles that bounce like this, but there's even less that do this bouncing and also put pressure forwards. The bouncing itself is difficult to read because you can't really tell when they're going to come in. But the added pressure that goes along with it makes sparring someone like this not just chaotic, but also kind of daunting. And Vilius doesn't just put pressure on me by moving towards me, he's also going head to body to head. His combinations in the pocket are swift, strong, and accurate. Meaning if I'm going to get close enough to grab a hold of him, I'm going to be punished for it. So far, sparring Kudo, it's eye-opening. Yeah, after a week of getting beat up by Vili and his Kudo boys, I needed a breather. We'll get another round in a minute. Probably after I figure out what the heck's going on.
Just let me see.
Whew. Dude, you're scary. What the heck? You're really hard to time because you'll be low and then all of a sudden you're right in my face.
Yeah.
In this moment, I'm lost. Not like physically lost, I'm mentally lost. I know where I am because I have data. Thanks to Sensei, the sponsor of today's video. Sensei is an eSIM service app. They've got super affordable data plans pretty much anywhere you go. The hardest part about downloading this eSIM was literally just figuring out how to spell Lithuania. The rest of it was cake. I flew in an airplane for 24 hours, and then when I landed, I didn't have to think about service for a second.
That's pretty sweet. As soon as I touched down, immediately I had service.
I had data in the middle of nowhere. I had data in a different middle of nowhere, in a very popular area, at night. Heck, I even had data in the rain. That's not unusual. Even when I was running low on data, they told me, and then I just bought more, and it was cheap, and it took me less than 30 seconds. Hot dog.
It's the last day of the trip, and I used Sensei the whole time. I was here for 9 days. My current cell carrier costs $10 a day. That would have been $90. I just saved $65. Not once did I have anything even closely relating to a sliver of a problem. Oh, that kid just ate it.
Look, here's the deal. If you go through me, I get you 15% off. No more, no less. 15%. Download the Sensei app. Use code Sensei Seth. That's me. That's how they'll know. Or just scan this code right here. I made it myself. And you can get started today. Seriously, Sensei was the best. It wasn't even till the end of the trip that I was like, oh yeah. Typically I have to stress about like service and stuff. I didn't do that once. Again, that is code Sensei Seth for 15% off at this or this link down here. Y'all a real one.
We usually don't fight like, very intense. We're still waiting the right moment.
How is the pace of strikes, how many strikes you're throwing, how is that compared to what we just did?
We usually do less, yeah, because...
But you want a more impactful one.
Yeah, we're usually using this in trainings to get a better conditioning,
Okay.
To get fast pace.
Right.
Very fast, very good movements.
Right.
And give yourself like less oxygen in the...
But because it's point-based, you want to be more purposeful when you strike.
I just want to, I just want to have like a really good shot to you.
Yeah.
And don't like waste my energy just swinging, like nuts.
Gotcha.
So that's why.
But for me, you could hit me with whatever you wanted, so you just threw a bunch.
Yeah.
So the points are kind of crazy too because they're not technique based. It's not like in Taekwondo or in Sanda where you'll have points based off what kind of strike you land, what kind of takedown you land. It's based on how effective that technique is, how much the opponent feels the blow. The rating is from 1 to 8 point wise. Similar to Judo, they have Koka, Yuko, Wazari, and Ippon. If you get the 8 points, you win the match. But you can also win by submission, choke out, knockout, or just whoever has the most points at the end of the match. It's fascinating. It seems kind of complex competition-wise, but the style itself seems simple in that you just kind of do everything.
So we usually use all the hand strikes, elbows, straights, hooks, uppercuts. Then we use headbutts. The kicking are pretty same as karate, so we use front kicks, side kicks, ushiro mamashi. Then we use in the clinching system knees, throws, move.
Interesting.
Yeah, sprawl, even do that.
You sprawl too, so is a double leg a thing?
Yes, we use double leg, single leg takedowns, everything.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it is pretty dang close to MMA, except with some rule differences.
Yeah, and it's like we have a gi,
Yeah.
With a gi you probably have more techniques to show.
Right.
All the chokes,
I didn't
all
even
the
think about
grabs,
that.
and the blocks could be with the gi.
And it's not even just a gi. Look at the color of this gi. I would eliminate other martial arts styles from existence just to wear this color. You know what it reminds me of? 1994, Three Ninjas, Kick Back. The one where they all go to the karate tournament and then that kid gets hurt and then Colt steals his gi. It's that color gi. He gets beat up by a girl immediately afterwards.
Girl.
But, that's fine. That's not... Where am I going with this? None of this is relevant.
Such a spaz.
So correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Karate, Judo, Kudo?
Oh, sometimes we say like that to get people to understand what this kudo all about, but it's not like a real thing. That
It's not.
It's not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like that.
Okay. So where does the name come from then?
The Kudo name, before like Kudo, it wasn't called Kudo at like 30 years ago. It used to be called Daido Juku Karate. So it was karate before. But under circumstances that we are having a grappling in our fights, we cannot be called like karate, you know?
The history basically boils down to this. In 1981, a gentleman named Azuma was doing a combination of Kyokushin and Judo, was like, hey, this is pretty sick, let's call this a karate style.
It used to be called Daido Juku Karate.
Yes, that one. But then the more he added to the style, the less he thought of it as karate. Things like jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai and boxing. So he made it a Budo, similar to Judo or Kendo or Karate-Do. This one's name was Kudo, the way of the open mind, roughly translated. Which makes a lot of sense, because there's so many different things you can do within this style. The punches, the kicks, the takedowns, the newaza, headbutting, elbowing, kneeing, strikes from the ground, which we'll figure out about later. It's a very fitting name.
Ground shots is, there is one exception for ground shots. We should be like, in Kudo we don't have a weight categories. We have weight and height. So we plus your weight with your tall, and we got a physical index.
Okay.
So if our physical index difference is 20, I can kick you in the groin. So for that moment, yeah. Plus your weight and plus your tall. How much do you get?
Yeah, this dude's definitely about to kick me in the nuts.
Okay, let's do it.
Alright, now I feel like I have a slight understanding of Kudo. Let's give this thing a bit more juice. For this round, I wanted to adopt a stance and a distance that was a bit further away, a bit more forward leaning, and put a bit more pressure on him. Obviously, that didn't work. Okay, new game plan. Maybe I'll just try and stay away from him. The bad man can't hurt me if I'm not near him, right? No, eventually he'll walk you down and put you in a corner, like you're a bad toddler. Here's the difficult part about Kudo's pressure though. It doesn't just stop at the punching range. Once they do come in, and they will, there's hellfire that comes behind it. People will come in with punches, then grab onto you, then elbow you, then headbutt you, then go for a throw. And probably once they get that throw, they'll keep an arm and they'll take it home with them. This is the difficulty of sparring a Kudo master.
Right? Yes. Oh, no. You can strike only through their body.
Was that legal?
Yes.
No way.
On the ground, I can strike to the head, but you're only allowed to the side.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm only allowed to strike your side.
Yeah. If you are on the top, you are allowed only strike to the side because of the injuries of the ground and pound with the helmet on.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And from the top, I can usually do everything. Kick,
Yeah.
punch, holding and punch.
But if I'm on my knees too,
yeah.
still kicks to the head?
Yeah.
So if we're like,
Yeah.
if I'm here.
Yeah. I still can kick you like that.
Whoa.
Yeah. And there is one guy who won Japanese championship.
Yeah.
He crucifix.
Okay,
the
yeah.
guy, I took him like this.
Yeah.
And he like bam bam bam. It's a coca bam bam bam. Yuko bam bam bam. Wazari bam. He pumped and he won the fight.
Oh, whoa.
And he won the fight.
So he just racked up the points.
Yes. After like he cannot defend himself.
Yeah.
He racked the point and won the fight with this style.
That's incredible.
So for the grapplers.
How fun is that?
For the grapplers,
Yeah.
main fight, it's a perfect way to win.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah. There is some sets.
You just blew my mind.
Yeah.
I've never heard anything like this before. After our last round of Kudo sparring, Billy wanted to mess around and do a little bit of point karate. He's also got a YouTube channel that'll be linked down below, and if you want to watch this full, uncut footage that I have from our day, you can become a Yellow Belt channel member down below and get access to all of the good stuff that you miss in these cuts. Kudo for me has immediately shot way up my list of martial arts that I would recommend to people who want to be able to fight. I personally really like the incorporation of the gi, the small gloves, the headgear. The rule set's kind of a lot, but I'm sure you get used to it because of just how much it does allow. I don't know if I got lucky meeting Vili or if all Kudo is like this, but for me, Kudo, top tier martial art. Top tier day. What a blast. That's it. That's all she wrote.
I thought I was gonna kick you back.
I appreciate it. That was so much fun. Whew. First off, if you're in Lithuania or any European country, come train at this gym. He is world class, and I've fought a lot of his best guys. Scary, very technical and mean. If you train here, you're going to be really good. You're going to be really good. And make sure you guys watch USDC when it comes out. Thank you to Domitor for letting us use this gym. That's awesome. Yeah, links will be down below for anything you might want to find that was in this video. Thank you, sir.
Us. Also, I was speaking with YouTube and they said you might like this video. If you've gotten this far and you like it, you might like this one too. Also, I'm on the road to 1 million subscribers. It's a long road. I'm not even halfway there. If you could subscribe, that'd be sick. Thank you.